And with us now in the studio to discuss last night's election results is, of course, VOA's national correspondent, Jim Malone. Jim, it's so good to have you here, and I know this is something that you really understand. This tsunami or hurricane, whatever is being used to describe the Republican sweep, obviously was predicted. Despite efforts by President Obama and his party to dissuade the voters not to believe the line by the Republicans, what did it really come down to? What was the hammer on the nail?
Well, Demi, I think it was the economic situation in the United States. People were simply looking at this as a referendum on the party in power. That's the Democrats and the president to an extent. A large number in the exit polls said they were trying to send a message to the president. It's something he needs to keep in mind for the next 2 years, because don't forget, he'll have to face the voters again in 2 years' time. So all the things that were done in the first 2 years, it didn't register with the public because the public simply hasn't seen enough change in their own lives, jobs, housing, so forth, to make a difference.
Now, of course, the Democrats still maintain control of the Senate. Now, when you add the Republican hold of the House,
Yes.
What kind of changes can we see? The Republicans obviously are promising to make improvements to create more jobs and, of course, decrease the size of government. What are we likely to see within these 2 years coming?
Well, the first step is how does the president react? How does he see this turn? It's sort of being a check now on his administration. Republicans come in, they're going to want to assert their principles, which is smaller government. The real question is, can the two parties find some common ground here, find some areas of compromise? It happened in the past. Bill Clinton, Ronald Reagan, past presidents who had congressional losses found ways to do that. The question is, will the president be able to do that and meeting with these new Republican members?
Of course, 2012 is right ahead. President Obama is likely to run again for president. Obviously, the Democrats want to retain this leadership within the country. What do you think needs to happen between now and then for President Obama and the Democrats to maintain this kind of, or maybe even regain the momentum of 2000, of the last election?
Well, they absolutely need good economic news. If the jobless rate doesn't come down, it's up near 10% now, the president's going to be in real trouble no matter what he does. So that's something he really can't control. They need to work at it. But the other situation is, how much does he decide to compromise with the Republicans? And where does he decide to try to show that they may go too far? Bill Clinton did that effectively back in 1995.
Well, we'll see how President Obama fares in this election time. Well, thank you so much.
You bet.
It's Jim Malone, our national correspondent, always has very interesting insights into any election-related news. Well, of course, for more information on any of today's stories, please visit us online at voaafrica.com, and you can also visit us on Facebook. Just search for In Focus.